Immigration attorney David Leopold is in Ohio. One of their ideas is to send National Guard troops to the border to relieve border agents. And David, I'll pose that question to you. Would that help the problem?
You know, it's shameful that the Republicans rely on visuals like sending armed soldiers to the border. I think what the president did was he called out the Republicans for their insistence on doing nothing. We've got a system in this country that is in shambles, an immigration system. We've also got a severe humanitarian crisis with children arriving here, hungry, tired. Many of the young women, the young girls that are coming here have been raped. It's absolutely unconscionable that Congress has done nothing to fix the immigration system. And what the president is saying is we need an aggressive, sure-footed approach. We also need some clarity in the law. And the way to get there is to pass a comprehensive bill, but in the immigration bill. But in the meantime, the president's got to protect this country. The president's got to do something, as he said yesterday, if the Congress is going to do nothing. And that means using the power that he has as commander-in-chief to use provisions in the law to make the immigration system work as well as it can work. Until Congress does its job.
It may get Latinos out to vote, but it may also activate Republicans who are very suspicious of these executive actions and say he's going outside of his constitutional bounds.
In the meantime, David, go ahead, David.
I just want to jump in there. Republicans, by and large, the real Republicans support immigration reform. And you got to remember, I agree with what Jim said, but you got to remember that immigration reform, real immigration reform with secure borders, is going to create jobs for U.S. workers. It's going to infuse the economy with $1.7 trillion in gross domestic product. This is a no-brainer, and it's unfortunate that John Boehner and the leadership of the Republican Party in the House have refused to do what they need to do to protect the country and create jobs for American workers through immigration reform.
And just in fairness, the other side, Jim, the Republicans are saying it's because the president's lax immigration laws and his inability to enforce the laws already on the books that's really causing this problem.
That is what they're saying, and the White House response to that is that border security is at its toughest that it's been in years, that deportations are at their highest levels in years. And keep in mind, Carol, the president has heard, and I've heard from immigration reform advocates who have called this president the deporter-in-chief. So he is taking it from both sides here. He is in a very difficult political spot. If he doesn't do enough in the minds of immigration reform advocates, it could hurt Democrats with Latinos. But at the same time, this White House feels heading into this summer, looking at these recommendations that will be coming to the president's desk, that the public is on their side. As David said, the polls indicate that the public is very strongly in favor of immigration reform, and so they feel here at the White House the president does take some executive actions. They will have the poll numbers on their side if he decides to do that. The question is, how far can he go without some sort of backlash from Republicans? That's something that they have to keep in mind, Carol.
All right, I got to leave it there. Jim Acosta, David Leopold, thanks so much. I appreciate it.